Okay, this is Mark, ready for video number 2. Today I will show you how to add images, where I get my images from, how to extract them, how to add text, how to add a join button. So let's get started. First, let me show you where I get my images from. I belong to a free membership site located at iStockPhoto.com. As I said, it's a free membership site. You simply join for free. You then fund your account, and then you can pay as little as $1 per picture, per image that you use. It can be anywhere from 300 to 400, 350 kilobytes. That's more than enough for our subscription graphic opt-in templates. Now it's best to pay for them like this rather than going to somebody else's website and taking it off their website, because you might be in violation of copyright law, and you don't need any legal problems like that. Now let's go ahead and add an image or two to our form here. First, we go to wherever we have our graphics stored. I'm going to use this key right here. Bear with me, my computer's running a little slow. Okay, while this is highlighted like this, what we want to do is we want to extract this key from out of this picture, put it over here, and we don't want this white background. So what we do is we go up to where it says filter and we click extract. Next, we're going to click on the highlighter. We're going to check mark this smart highlighting. I like to use a brush size 10. You can use a bigger one or a smaller one if you like. And we're going to simply go around the key. After we're going around the key, we're going to extract it. If we make a mistake, we have an eraser here. Or if we just want to delete the whole thing, start all over again on this key, we can go ahead and just hit Control Z. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to do this quickly. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to show you how to do this. I already have a key extracted that later, if I want, I can always exchange. And you don't want any breaks in your line, because if you break in the line, you won't be able to extract the image. You have to go find where the line is broken and highlight that to connect it. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. When you shrink your image, the imperfections aren't really even noticeable, unless it's a glaring one, of course. We go back and bring that line closer to the key. My hand is sticking to the mouse pad. So now we can use our eraser. Let me show you how to use eraser. You can simply erase and go back to highlighting. Make sure you click where you checked off. I'm going to use the eraser tool just a little bit right in here. Then I'm going to go to the paint bucket. Hopefully I did everything okay. See how that's all highlighted like that? That means you can extract it. You just simply click OK. Okay, now we can move this image over here. Just simply click on the move button. Now of course we want to shrink this. All you do is hold your shift key, go to one of the corners, click and just bring it in like this. This shrinks it proportionately. And click on, of course we want to apply transform. Okay. So now we have an image here. Let's add another one. I want to add a person. I'm not going to worry about extracting him, simply because that's not my forte. I showed you how to do that, so the main thing I want to do is show you how to do that. I'm going to use this money guy. He must know the secret to success. He's holding lots of money in his hand. And we're simply going to move him over here. Move him around a little bit. We're going to hold our shift key down and we're going to shrink him. Okay, somehow I got squished in there. And we're going to move that to right about here. And bring that out just a little bit more. Okay, now we have our images on there. Let's add some text. Go to our text tool right here. Okay, I like to use 30. As soon as it gives me my arrow back here. And I like to use Arial Black. You can use Impact, which is really nice, but everyone has Arial Black because it's a web font. So we'll just use 30 points and Arial Black. I like to have mine centered. You can either do it to the left, centered, or to the right. This determines the color of your text, so you always make sure that that's the color you want it to be. And let's just go ahead and start typing. I'm going to put my caps lock on. Alright, get your money making course. I can move that down just a little bit, but not much. Alright, now while that's highlighted, we're going to use our FX options. Go to blending options. This is where it's a lot of fun, just playing around with though. I want to give this a stroke. Make it a stroke of 2. Make that color white. Also want to give it the gradient. You want to show your text there so that way you can see what's happening with it. This is where you can change your colors, just like this. If we do that again, it didn't change quite to the color I want it to be. Okay, let's try that one. Alright, I want that to be with that white. Leave that one at white. No, let's change that a little bit. Let's make this one a little darker. And just move these in here a little bit like this. You can move this mid one if you want. Okay. Also going to give it a bevel. Make this bevel 0. And then lastly, we're going to give it a drop shadow. We're going to make this 0, 20%, and we'll leave it at 5. Maybe it's a little too much. Oh, it should be 0 here. I didn't hit my tab button like I thought I did. Yeah, that's better. And we're going to give it a contour. Just click down here. This valley here is called an inverted cone. Click that. And that makes things kind of interesting. You can play around with it till the way you get it while you like it. But that's fine for now. I just want to show you how to do that. I'm going to use a text tool. I'm going to make a subheadline. Since that's 30, I'm going to make this 24. And click right here. I'm going to just put free sign up. Alright, I'm fine with that. Maybe move it just a little bit. Then we're going to do that, and we're going to do the same, pretty much the same thing. Blend it, and I'm not really going to tell you too much more about this because it's the same thing. So we'll just move through fast forward through it. We'll give it a stroke. Make that 1. Give it a gradient. I'll try something different. I want to show you something. You can actually add a midpoint right here if you want. And we're going to make that one darker. Let me just move these around here. And then we can give it a bevel. Make sure it's a bevel of 1 or 0, I mean. And a drop shadow. Once again, 0, 20%, and 5 is fine. And a contour of a valley. Okay, so we've added our text there. Next thing I want to do is add a join button. So I go to this shape thing here, I right click on it, and I look for where it says rounded rectangle tool. So let's click there. Let's go ahead and draw our button. Let's move that button. Okay. Now you notice that's color white. I don't really want white. So what I can do is I can go where it says shape 1. Go to my blending options. Go color overlay. Click here. And see, I know gold. Well, we can just use that color there. Let's make a different shade. See, it changed that color right there. We could also, while we were there, we could also maybe give this a border. Just give this a drop shadow. And I'm going to just give it a drop shadow of, say, 15%. Give it a contour of the valley. And it gives us a little border around there. Next, we want to add some text. So we'll click right in here. Bear with me. It's not quite ready for me to start typing in there yet. While we're waiting for that to come up, oh, there it is. While we're waiting for that to come up, what we're going to eventually add spam here, our spam notice here that we hate spam, and right in here we're going to put in their name and email address. We'll be almost done with this. So let's do click. I have a problem with transposing sometimes. Click here to, I'm not going to capitalize. Now if I want to, I want to go ahead and let's see what happens if that's a little better. Okay, next what we're going to do, we're going to click in here to our blending options. The thing I like is you can either right click in there and do your blending options, or you can do your blending options by going down below, click on the FX. Once again, we'll give it a stroke, we'll give it a color of white. Give it a gradient. We'll make this the same color pretty much. We'll add a middle one here. Make it a little darker. Just move these around. Doing this quickly. No, time is precious. Give it a bevel. 0 pix. And a drop shadow. Make it 0, 20%. And let's just make that a 2. Give it a contour of the valley. Alright, there we have our click here to join. Next, I want to add an arrow here pointing to our button. That looks like so we know where to click, tell people to click. Go back to our shapes here. It says this is right now is at the rounded rectangle tool since we just made a button. Right click there, go to custom shapes. Alright, here's our shapes. Just click there. If you can't see all your shapes, maybe just one area comes up, you just click here where it says all. You just click on all right there and it will bring up all your shapes. For now, what we're looking for a little arrow. There we go. Want this arrow right here. We're going to draw this in here like this. If you want to see what's what, you can always click here and it'll make things disappear. See how this works? Or choose a key. And for some reason it's not giving me that arrow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just delete that arrow. Sorry for the noise. My landlord decided today was a day for him to okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a new shape. So what I'm going to do, our new layer, I'm going to click on this, then go to my custom shapes, draw my arrow, and there's the color white. Alright, got that. Next, what I want to do is give it a sunburst. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here, add a sunburst. That's what I call it. I'm going to move that around a little bit. Obviously I do not want that color white, so we're going to go here, go to color overlay. Usually I do yellow or gold, but since the background's already goldish in color, I'm going to do a blue. Make that, I think that would make it look nice. Let's see how that looks. Okay, it looks fine. Now what we want to do next is we want the arrow, which is shape 2, on the starburst, which is shape 3, but the arrow is underneath. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag shape 2 just below, or drag shape 3 just below shape 2, and that should put our arrow right on top of that. And then we're going to go ahead, click on shape 2, and move it a little bit so it looks more centered. And it looks like the arrow click that starburst, and that's fine. If you want to change it a little bit, you can. Now what I want to do, I want to link these two together so I can move this arrow and the starburst together. All you do is shape 2 is already highlighted. Go to shape 3, hold your control button, and then just click on the link right here. So they're now linked together. So now if we were to move it, we move the whole thing. You click the move button again. Alright, there we go. Let's unselect that. I may just give this a little bit of an outline. Give it a stroke or something so it stands out a little more. We'll just give it a stroke of black. 1 pixel. Yeah, it looks easier to see now. Okay, we've done that. Now what we want to do is add our spam notice. It's going to take some text. So we're going to click the text typing tool. Make it look like we're writing in a pen, so let's go ahead and use a blue font. Let's go right here. Not too dark, but not too light. Click OK. We want to use a hand script. There we go. I went too far. Hand script right here. And we're going to click this right about here to get started. 24 points is fine. Just put your information. Save. I hate spam as much as you do. Okay. And what I want to do next is simply move that a little bit. And I'm also going to move this image here. I forgot on the button, we already linked the arrow, but we also want to link I didn't mean to do that. Man, click there. Back to the selection tool. We'll click here. We'll find the background that we have. We want to link all those together. So we're going to move that button a little bit. Uh-oh. Obviously that's not what I wanted. Let's unlink that. This is the one I should have linked. So we'll click there. Fortunately, you're able to correct your mistakes. We're going to hit the control button. Hold the control button for there. And then we'll link this here. Now we can move this, all this to there. Alright, the next thing, we're going to add the last of our text right about here. We're going to put down name and email, basically, that's it. And we're going to make that a font or a point of 18. We went back automatically to Arial Black for us, which is fine. So let's just do name, email. Alright. Let's go ahead and make that stand out a little more. Just give it a stroke of 1. And color once again will be white, and we won't be too perfect with the white, but that's kind of hard to see, so let's go ahead and give it a bevel 0. Okay, we'll go ahead and use it like that. and you can do more to it as you wish. And other than, I want to move this down here a little bit more maybe. Other than that, we are pretty much done with creating our template. There we go. So the next thing we want to do, we will make sure we save it. Hit Control S. That will save it. Next, we want to slice it up. Now, I was doing this previously, and I got slice marks from where I was doing this previously. So I have to get rid of these slices and show you how I did this. So let me do that right here. Okay, you start from the corner, and you want to kind of do this. You want to make sure name is right below the slice. The next slice, you always have to start where the corner is. It says 2, so you guys start where the 2 that. You want it past the name. I didn't really want to get part of this button, but that's fine. You can adjust the button if you wish. Kind of divide this up in the third part here. This third part here is where the name is. So you want to kind of split the middle between name and email. Make this the join button, click here button. And for the most part we're done. Now we're just going to name where the name is, email, and the join button. So what we're going to do is right click, versus edit slice, click in here, put name. The other buttons don't matter because we're not going to use them. We don't have to say right, left, center, or nothing like that. It's going to be email. And this one here, we'll just put button. Click OK. And next thing we want to do, we want to save this. Well, I want to save that with the slices on there already. We also want to save this for our web and devices. So we're going to click right there. You want to make sure JPEG here is here, high is here, JPEG high there. Just click save. Okay. Save it in the folder that you want. We already started a folder for template 21, so that's what we're going to be looking for. Now we have to create another folder in here because when we save this, it's going to create images and HTML template. So we need to create another folder. Go to new. And we'll just call that template 21. Give me just a minute for my computer to catch up with me. And we'll click open. And we'll click save. And we'll call that template 21. And that brings us to the conclusion of video number 2. You can see I made some mistakes, but you can play around with them and do whatever you wish. They're your templates. The next video we'll be showing you how to use Dreamweaver and to add in your opt-in boxes and so forth. Hopefully you learned a lot from this and had fun. I know I did. God bless you. See you in the next video.